Yo, YouTube, what is good? OUTTHEMUDTRADERS here again. This time I'm giving you guys a weekly breakdown on we're gonna trade US 30, GBPUSD, GBPJPY, and USDCAD. That's what I'm looking at for this week. So I'm gonna give you guys my weekly breakdown on these pairs, and we're gonna go from there. So let's pull up USDCAD first. So USDCAD on the daily time frame, if you could see here, we've been running non-stop. This whole move right here was just super bullish right here. We had a big push up here. So now, right, this is the daily time frame. So if you look, right, this low was caused by this high, right? So this high right here pushed us all the way down here. So we are just now retracing back into this high, and this is a strong high. So you would likely expect a rejection from this area. How far down is what we're gonna see on a lower time frame, but right now, this is an area that we're respecting. And as you can see, this candle right here, it pushed up past this zone. It went up way past this zone, but the body of it closed inside of this zone. So now I'm just gonna mark this up right here really quick. Now look at this, right? This is a more clear sign. So like I said, the wick came up, but it still respected this zone right here. So now we're gonna drop down time frames, right? So I'm gonna leave this zone here and I'm gonna drop down because I'm gonna refine it on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, this is that zone on the daily. So now on the 4 hour, all I do is refine the zone. So now I like this up here. This zone up here is what I'm gonna, but again, everybody's chart is different. You can, chart it out however you want. So now this is that zone on the 4 hour. So now on the 4 hour, as you can see, we've been pretty bullish. So I mean, this could be considered a break of structure on the 4 hour, but I think that this is a liquidity sweep. I don't think this is a break of structure, just because this zone is right here above it. So I don't think that is a likely zone, like a strong break of structure, just because this zone is up here. So I'm looking at this more of a liquidity sweep. This is a liquidity sweep, right? So now I'm gonna go to the 1 hour and we're gonna check it. So you see here, we broke structure here. We broke structure here on the 1 hour, but I feel like this is a liquidity sweep more than it's a break of structure because of the push into it and then the immediate rejection from this zone. So we could potentially come to want to sweep this liquidity right here. So now when you go down, this is how I break down price, right? So now when you go down here to previous price action, you see this is a 1 hour. This is a 1 hour high that was broken. So this low pushed us up all the way up here. So this structure was broken, right? This candle pushed this, right? But we didn't get strong momentum with this candle right here. This last seller's candle. This seller's candle pushed us right here, but like I said, we don't have enough momentum to that push past it. Now this candle, this seller's candle right here, pushed us all the way up here. So now I'm expecting price to want to come back and retest this area right here, right? Like I said, this area did not give us this push. This last selling candle right here gave us that push. So I'm expecting price to come back down here and take this is all liquidity right here. All of this right here is liquidity. Oh shit, all of this right here is liquidity. So I'm expecting price to come and sweep this liquidity right here. And come into this zone right here and mitigate this zone right here. So I'm expecting a trade sell confirmation on a lower time frame from this area. So right now I'm expecting a pullback into that zone and then a push down into here, because liquidity was swept here. So I don't think that there's any more liquidity up, buy side liquidity to left over to, you know, take. So my bias on USDCAD is I'm bearish on USDCAD. So now we're gonna do US 30 now. Let's do the dirty 30. So now we're gonna go to US 30 now. So now, as you can see, US 30 is bearish. If you've been trading, you know US 30 is bearish as hell. So now if you look here, right, again, this is all I do, I go back in price. So now if you look right here, right, go back to where price came to, right? So now here, this right here is a 4 hour breaker structure right here. So this last candle right here pushed us up into there, right? So this last selling candle, indecisive, this selling doji candle, this candle closed bearish. Or indecisive, it's a doji candle. So, you know, it didn't really have a direction, but buyers candles, the bull candles are purple, and the bearish candles are gray. This is a bearish candle. It's just a bearish doji candle. So now if we follow what I'm doing now, so now we're gonna zoom out, right? I'm gonna show you why I'm even anywhere over there. So now we're gonna see over here, right? So this is what I do. I try to look for areas that could reverse price, or where price could potentially want to go to, where like liquidity is like a magnet for price action. Like price will go wherever there are zones that weren't mitigated, because they have to mitigate it. So now, okay, yeah, so now this is right here. I like to get it precise. So that's right there, right? That candle broke structure right there after that. So now we'll come over here, right? Okay, so now you see US 30 is bearish, right? Now we broke structure here on the 4 hour. Now this zone right here broke this structure here. So now we have a huge imbalance left from here to here. This is the imbalance right here that we just filled in. So now price could react from here. Price could react from here and then come down here, or blow past this, come up here, and then come down here. But my overall bias is bearish on dirty 30. So I don't trade imbalances, but if you do, there's an imbalance right there that you could possibly trade from. But I trade zones. I don't trade imbalances. So now let's do what I do. So now here, right, this zone right here pushed price to come and break this structure here. So now I'm gonna mark this zone out. I'm expecting price to come back up here and then continue the bearish trend and break another low, which is here. And just so happen that we have liquidity right here. So now let's drop down time frames. Now let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour, the same thing. So now, as you can see on the 1 hour, liquidity has been swept here. This liquidity right here was taken. Buy side liquidity right here. This is I could do a 4 hour zone, whatever, no big deal. So now this is a 4 hour zone, and then this is our 4 hour demand zone. Right? So now I'm expecting price to react from here and want to come down here and take out this liquidity right here. This liquidity is where what I'm thinking wants to get taken. So I'm expecting price to come. It might want to come back up into here and take out this buy side liquidity right here. These are kind of equal highs. Take out this, form the, you know, the setup that we're looking for, and then come down and take out this right here into this zone. And this zone is where I was looking for a trend reversal and start to look bullish. But right now I am bearish on US 30. You know, I don't see any structure broken on the 1 hour that would confirm a bullish bias yet. So the 4 hour, the king time frame, it's like a king. Then you got the lower time frames as the foot soldiers. But the king time frame for me, if you trade intraday, I feel like the 4 hour is king. Like if you're looking on a daily, it varies on how you play the daily, but the daily is kind of tricky when you want to mark it out and trade intraday based on a daily time frame. That's kind of tricky, but I mean it can be done if you know how to do it. If you just think that you're gonna trade that like how you trade the lower time frame, it's definitely a technique. And once you want to go to the daily, the weekly, but when you trade intraday, 4 hour, 1 hour, those are the king time frame is the 4 hour, I think, in my opinion, and the queen is the 1 hour. You know, the king rules everything. You know, the queen plays a part, but it's not the king. But the queen has a role and it plays a part as well as the king. But the king is the king. So I feel like the 4 hour is the king time frame for me. And then the 1 hour is the queen, where I come and, you know, where she helps out in her ways. And then the soldiers is the 15, 5 minute, 1 minute. Those are the soldier time frames. That's where the work is put in. That's where the groundwork is put in on those soldier time frames. So I'm bearish on US 30. I'm expecting either a push up here, sweep this into here, then down, or I'm expecting a trade confirmation that already took place here, or that will take place here, and then just come straight down and then go up. So I'm bearish on US 30. So we did USDCAD. Now we got to do GU. GU, I am super bullish on. GU, I am super bullish on GU. So as you can see here, right? Now GU is a little different, right? Now look at all of this liquidity right here. First thing I saw was liquidity all right here. This is all liquidity right here. Now that's all been taken. This is sell side liquidity that's all been swept. This is sell side liquidity that all been swept right here. So even though this was a breaker structure here, this is also liquidity sitting right here. So yeah, the 4 hour is still bearish though. The 4 hour is absolutely bearish because as you can see, I'm not marking this as a breaker structure because of the liquidity that was there. And look, these are all kind of like equal lows in a sense. So we did break structure here though. I'm gonna mark this on this. So there's our breaker structure. So this 4 hour time frame, whether regardless if I mark this breaker structure or not, this is still bearish. So we also have liquidity up here. You know, zones are the stronger zones have liquidity above them or beneath them. Those are more of the strong zones that you could kind of count on. So if you look on this thing, right? Now I'm gonna I told you guys, just look left. If you're confused at what price wants to do or where it's going or where it's headed, just look to your left. So here we have a 4 hour structure, bearish structure broken, but this candle broke that. So now I'm gonna mark this candle. This zone right here, push this. And this is all just previous price action. That's all I do. So now, as you can see, price came into this, right? This is a huge zone though. This zone is big. I'm gonna refine this when I go to the 1 hour. But as you see, we reacted from here. This is also a liquidity sweep here on a lower time frame. So we swept this sell side right here, and we swept this sell side right here. So now these are all confluences that are confirming my bullish bias on GU. So now let's drop time frames. So now let's go over here and see if we can refine this zone a little bit, because that zone is huge. So you see here, price broke this right here. So this was the last selling candle that broke this right here. So I'm gonna refine this down to here. And again, this is just how I trade. You may do something different, but you know, whatever works for you, that works for you. So now this was the last indecisive candle that pushed this breaker structure here. So this is where I'm looking to see what price wants to do at that area. So now all that liquidity was swept. Now here, right? See, it's kind of tricky because it didn't touch this zone, but the 4-hour zone did. So I'm not really sure what price wants to do. I mean, that zone pushed it, but I mean, we also have a zone here that also pushed it, but it was mitigated here. So I mean, and price broke it here. So no, this is not a zone that I think I'm gonna just keep this 4-hour zone on here, because when I drop it down to the 1 hour, it looks a little crazy. Look a little crazy. So now this zone has been tapped into. So on GU, so GU, we broke structure here on a 1 hour. This structure was broken here. So I'm expecting price to start to head up and take out these highs right here. This is all buy side liquidity that needs to be dealt with. So on the 4 hour, so price could either come and react to this zone or this zone, but I'm thinking that it wants to come sweep this liquidity and this liquidity into this zone and then fall. That makes sense to me. But we could, like I said, we could react from, there is a zone here. There is a zone right here on the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour supply zone. There's a zone right there. So price could want to go up into there and then fall, come back down here, or it could come in here, take this out, and then go back up. So I'm looking for if there's not some confirmation of these buy setups on a lower time frame, I'm expecting us to come in here, form it, fall a little more deeper into the zone, and then form the trend confirmation to start to head up and come play around in here or up here and start taking this liquidity, and even these highs right here, because these are somewhat equal highs in a sense with a zone right here, because this zone pushed this breaker structure, this zone pushed this breaker structure. So it's tricky. But regardless of which zone it wants to go, I am looking to buy from this area right here up into up here. So I'm kind of bullish on, I'm looking for buys on GU. I am definitely looking for buys on GU. Yeah, I'm looking for buys on GU. So what else you gotta do? I did GB. Yeah. I like GJ too. I definitely like GJ. So on GJ, I am bearish on GJ. We have a zone here on GJ that we still did not tap into yet, right? So we broke structure here though. So now look at this. We broke structure here. Broke structure here, and we have a zone right here. I don't think we're gonna come up here. I think we're gonna come take out this. Prices or this trading probability. So what is the likelihood that price would want to come up here before taking this business right here into this zone and then go up there? Like, that's just my thinking. I think that price will want to come. We're already here and it's set up the way it is. I think price is going to want to come sweep. Look at all of this. Is a bunch of sell side liquidity right here. This right here is all liquidity that wasn't swept yet. This is liquidity right here. This is liquidity right here. This is all a bunch of liquidity. So I think that price is more likely for this price to get swept, this liquidity to get swept, to fuel the move up into this. Look at this. This is a bunch of liquidity here. So I mean, if it's set up the way, then that's what I'm gonna do. So now, Let me mark this out real quick. What is this? 4 hour, yeah. So now, okay, so now we're gonna drop down to 4 hours bearish. So now we're gonna drop down time frames. Okay, so this is confirming my my bias. So now this is the 1 hour. Now the 1 hour, just the 1 hour broke structure here, right? Broke structure here. Now this is liquidity. This is liquidity, right? So now this zone right here, this zone, this is kind of big. I'm gonna use this right here. I'm gonna use this zone right here as my 1 hour supply zone. So now look what price did. Swept all of this liquidity right here. This liquidity was swept. Look at this. This liquidity was swept here, and now we're pushing down, which is confirming my bias already, my bearish bias on GJ. It's coming down. If the 1 hour didn't look like this, and there was no structure broken on the 1 hour, this wouldn't have confirmed my bias. But now that we go down to the 1 hour and price looks a little more clear, as you can see, that's what I think we're gonna go do. We're gonna want to come in here. So I'm expecting price to do a little dancing around here, maybe attempt to retest this up here, a lower high up here, and then come down here, take all of this, fall into here, and then this give us the push up into this zone here. Or, I mean, price could still, even with this looking like this, it could just push up into here and then come down and mitigate that demand zone. So, I mean, who knows? We don't know. I'm making an educated guess. This is just a guess that I worked on, and I'm trying to make it work and figure out what price wants to do, because essentially I have no idea. We have no idea. Price does what it wants to do. No matter how much these gurus tell you they know, you don't know. You got probably a better guess than somebody else because you've been doing it long enough, but you do not know. Nobody knows unless they are inside trading somewhere, and other than that, you don't know, bro. You just try to make an educated guess, literally educated guess, and then they go from there. So that's my outlook for the week. I'm looking at US 30, GU, GJ, and USDCAD. So I hope you guys took something from these videos. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from it, or my bias aligns with yours, or yours aligns with mine, or even if they don't align, it's just food for thought. Maybe your bias is wrong, maybe my bias is wrong, who knows? But I'm just here giving my outlook on the market. So I hope you guys kill it this week. I'm gonna take action whether these plays play out or they don't. I'm still gonna take action on the market because I learned how to read price action. My bias isn't what price has to do. That's just what I think it will do. But if it aligns, then I'll take action. And if it doesn't, I'll wait, see what it wants to do, still take action. So don't forget, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna keep following up with these videos. Hopefully, on Monday or Sunday, maybe sometime next week, I have an update on one of these trades that I mapped out and we make some money. So I will see you guys on the next one. Signing out.